Babajide Sanwoolu of All Progressives Congress, APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
What are the top 3 things you expect the next governor to address in the state?
Look, I think everything is obvious to anybody. You have a lack of infrastructure in a city that projects itself to be over 20 million people, and potentially by 2050 will be the second largest populated city in the world. Infrastructure is far, far behind. We don't have enough roads, we don't have enough transportation, we don't have enough power. So again, I'm putting everything into one big bucket, which is infrastructure. But of course, then there's healthcare as well and education. I mean, these are 3 standard basic things that a large population city-state like Lagos should be focused on. What is the healthcare solution for Lagos State that will provide higher opportunities for infant mortality to be decreased, provide them people access to first and secondary care in terms of emergency response system, potential first aid in the event of minor injuries. That has to be in place. And then you look at education. You have a very, very large population of young people in Lagos State. I mean, the median age of Lagos State is below 20 years old. You do the math, if you look at 20 million people, you're talking about over 9 to 12 million youth in this society. What are the education opportunities for them to actually get a basic and solid education, technical, vocational? That is the government's responsibility to handle those 3 things. An infrastructure plan that makes sense for a city of this size, a healthcare plan that makes sense, and an educational plan that makes sense. Everything else that goes beyond that, the private sector will provide.
I don't think it's possible to solve all the problems in 4 years, but work should start in earnest to manage slumming as an issue and create new nodes of activity away from the center of activity in Lagos and Victoria Land.
I would say the big issues that need to be addressed, one is providing jobs and really thinking about how do you spur the economy. And I think that means really looking at how do you make it easier to do business in Lagos, to reduce the duplicity of taxation in various places and the harassment you get for small taxes. Thinking about that, that's really important. Secondly, I think is really thinking about the healthcare for Lagosians. And then the impact of traffic in Lagos has a huge impact to everybody's productivity. I think that those 3 things need to be really addressed. I think the education is a big one. If I had to put one more in there to make sure that people are properly educated.
The next governor has to be accountable to the citizens of Lagos. That is very important. Right now, the economy needs to grow. People need to work. There's poverty in the nation, but I'm hoping that the next governor of Lagos will actually be transparent with his policies, and everyone must be treated equally. It doesn't matter what ethnicity you're from, whether Yoruba, Igbo, Urhobo, Hausa, Fulani. Everyone must be united and must continue to allow this nation to progress. That is what is important. So, yes, you might have had issues with a different party during the 4 years, but everyone must come together and seek a solution, because right now the nation is going through a lot.
Lagos has been on the upward trail, as it were. They should still concentrate on infrastructure. Ikoyi Link Bridge, for example, should be 2-3 like is in Turkey. In Istanbul, the Bosphorus River, many bridges crossing the Bosphorus, Ikoyi Link Bridge should be multiples, perhaps some public sector, private sector funding. Okay, the Fort Mainland Bridge is needed like yesterday. And most importantly, Lagos State should stop building infrastructure after people have built and moved in. Let's do the infrastructure first, and then people can move in and then build their properties. That's why we have so many areas turning into slums, because people are ahead of the government. If we can stop it, Lagos is like 4 African countries put together. It's a powerful city. It should be like New York, like London.